Howdy partners, and welcome to Capital City, a strategic Old West card game for 3 to 6 players. In each of 4 seasons, the train will bring in city slickers and kinfolk from the east to help you run your new businesses on Main Street. Hire your workers carefully, keeping in mind that members of the same family inspire each other to work harder. Earning dollars is helpful, but at the end of the year, the player with the most victory points wins the game and becomes the new mayor of Capital City. To prepare the game, first shuffle the building deck and place it in the center of the table. Characters represented by animals are organized into families by last name and color. Choose a number of families to be used in the character deck based on the player count. Return all the families you aren't using to the box, then shuffle all the chosen families together into a character deck and deal 1 card to each player face up. This is your city founder. Place the remaining character deck beside the building deck. Arrange the season cards face up in a stack, with spring on top followed by summer, fall, and winter. Use a number of priority cards equal to the number of players. For example, if there's 3 players, use cards 1 through 3. With the highest number on top, stack these in descending order. Create reserves for dollar tokens and victory point tokens. Then give each player $10 in starting money. The starting player is the one whose city founder's first name is first alphabetically. The game is played over 4 seasons, and each season consists of 6 steps. Setup, auction, choose characters, purchase buildings, attach and activate, and reset. Step 1. Setup. Each season card shows a specific setup for trains and Main Street. To begin the new season, set these up now. A train is made up of character cards equal to the number of players plus 1. For example, in a 3-player game, use 4 cards. Deal the train face down from the character deck and fan out at the start of the season so that players can see which families are on the train, but so they don't know the exact characters. Deal building cards face up in the center of the table to create Main Street. Step 2. Auction. Players now bid for priority cards. The priority numbers determine player order for the rest of the season. In spring, the first bidder in the auction is the starting player. In later seasons, the player who won priority 1 in the previous season bids first. Bidding then proceeds clockwise around the table. When it's your turn to bid, you must do one of the following. Bid by placing $1 into the center of the table, or take the top priority card and all the money from the center of the table. Once you take a priority card, you're out of the auction. The auction continues until all priority cards are taken. Step 3. Choose characters. Starting with priority 1, players take the train, look at the cards, and choose 1 character to take. The chosen character should be kept face down with the card back clearly visible to everyone. The train is then passed to the next player in priority order. The last player will have 2 cards to pick from and will choose 1, then discard the other to the bottom of the character deck. Except for the Start and City Founder cards, all characters stay face down until they're played. Players can always look at their characters after choosing them. If a season card shows 2 trains, players should take their cards from the first train before they see the second train. Step 4. Purchase buildings. Starting with priority 1 and proceeding in priority order, players may buy 1 building, paying the deed cost in dollars as shown on the card. Place your purchase building face up in front of you. Don't attach any characters to buildings until the next step. Instead of purchasing a building, you can instead collect $5 from the cash reserve. Any buildings left on Main Street at the end of this step are discarded to the bottom of the building deck. Step 5. Attach and activate. Unlike the other steps, this one happens in reverse order, starting with the highest priority number, with number 1 going last. During this step, players can attach characters to their buildings by matching up the symbols, stars, gears, and hearts. During your turn, you can attach any number of characters, including your city founder. Once a character is attached, though, it can't be detached or moved to another building. After you attach, if all the icons on a building now have an attached character, that building is considered fully staffed, and it earns you the money or victory points shown. If any icons on a building don't have an attached character, that building won't produce yet. Now, other characters from the same family are so darn happy that their kin got a job that they also activate. First, you get to activate all of your other characters from that same family, collecting the dollars or victory points from their buildings if they're fully staffed. This might even allow a building to produce twice. Then, all the other players get to activate one of their characters from that same family that they have attached to a fully staffed building, earning them either the dollars or victory points for the building they're attached to. Repeat this process every single time a new character is attached to a building. But remember, buildings that aren't fully staffed never produce anything. Step 6. Reset. Once the player with Priority 1 finishes attaching and earning, that's the end of the season. It's now time to reset the table for the next season. Return the priority cards in descending order to the middle of the table. Advance the season stack to the next card and follow the new season setup rules for the train and Main Street. Attached characters and purchased buildings remain with their owners in full view, as do the unattached character cards they have from previous seasons. At the conclusion of winter, the game ends. Dollars are converted to victory points at a rate of $10 to 1 victory point. Any leftover dollars don't count. Add up all your victory points, and the player with the most victory points wins. If there's a tie, leftover dollars are the tiebreaker. If two players have the same number of victory points and leftover dollars, they're both awarded the title of co-mayor. This allows them to cover for each other and take twice as many vacations. Now you know how to play Capital City, a rootin' tootin' Old West good time. Thanks so much for watching.